In the 1980s, Australian trucking ran on expectations that would be unrecognisable now. The job wasn't built around compliance systems, HR departments, or safety officers. It was built around getting freight through, no matter the distance, the conditions, or the toll it took. What mattered most was whether the load arrived. How it arrived was often treated as secondary. That created a working culture where behaviours that would end a career today were not only tolerated, but expected. One of the most common was pushing far beyond legal hours. Drivers routinely worked until exhaustion, not because they wanted to, but because the run demanded it. Fatigue was managed with experience, not rest. If you pulled over early, you weren't seen as responsible, you were seen as unreliable. Today, deliberately exceeding hours would lead to instant dismissal, but in the 1980s it was often the difference between keeping and losing work. Closely tied to that was adjusting or falsifying logbooks. Paper logs were easy to manipulate, and everyone knew the rules didn't match the reality of the job. Drivers kept clean books for inspections and real books for themselves. Employers often looked the other way because deliveries depended on it. In a modern operation, that behaviour would trigger termination on the spot. Another everyday practice was driving through visible mechanical faults. If the truck still moved and stopped well enough, it stayed on the road. Reporting defects often meant delays, lost runs, or being labelled difficult. Today, knowingly operating a defective vehicle would end employment immediately. Speeding, especially in remote areas, was also treated differently. Drivers adjusted speed based on road conditions, visibility, and fatigue rather than posted limits. Enforcement was rare, and many believed they were safer keeping momentum rather than slowing and tiring. Modern telematics and GPS monitoring have made that impossible. Excessive speed now isn't a judgment call, it's a dismissal. Smoking was another normal part of the cab environment. Drivers smoked while driving, while refueling, and while performing roadside repairs. Ashtrays were standard equipment. Today, smoking in company vehicles or near fuel would violate multiple safety policies and end a job instantly. Alcohol blurred the line between work and downtime. While most drivers didn't drink while driving, keeping alcohol in the cab was common. A few beers behind the seat for when the truck stopped weren't considered a problem. Today, any alcohol in a heavy vehicle is grounds for immediate termination, regardless of intent. Bush repairs were expected, not discouraged. Drivers welded broken brackets on the roadside, patched air lines with tape, and wired lights together with fencing wire. These fixes were meant to be temporary, but often became permanent. In modern fleets, unauthorized repairs alone can end a driver's employment. Drivers also routinely handled loads without proper restraint by modern standards. Chains and straps were applied based on experience rather than calculation. If a load shifted, drivers adjusted their driving style instead of stopping. Today, improper load restraint is a serious breach that places responsibility squarely on the driver. Communication with dispatch was informal and inconsistent. Route changes happened on the fly. Delays weren't logged. Deviations weren't explained. As long as the freight arrived, questions weren't asked. In modern operations, unreported deviations, missed check-ins, or route changes can trigger disciplinary action or dismissal. Unsecured tools filled cabs. Drivers also routinely worked without the correct license class or endorsements for certain equipment. Experience mattered more than paperwork. You learned by doing. Modern chain of responsibility laws make that impossible, and companies will not risk the liability. Parking wherever exhaustion hit was another accepted behaviour. Road shoulders, industrial driveways, station entrances, blind corners. Drivers stopped because they had to, not because it was permitted. Today, illegal stopping exposes companies to fines and risk, and drivers are terminated for it. Handling dangerous goods without formal training was also common. Fuel, chemicals, and bulk liquids were hauled by experience rather than certification. Placards were missing or incorrect. Emergency procedures were learned the hard way. Today, one missing qualification ends a job. Drivers also took responsibility for things that were never meant to be theirs. Today, ignoring PPE requirements is a fireable offence. None of this behaviour came from recklessness. It came from a system that depended on drivers stretching themselves to keep freight moving. And there were still several everyday habits from that era that disappeared the moment modern accountability arrived. There were also behaviors tied directly to how companies were run in the 1980s that would get a driver fired immediately now. One was ignoring dispatch instructions when they didn't make sense on the ground. In the 80s, drivers made judgment calls constantly. If a route looked wrong, a road was cut, or weather made a run unsafe, many drivers rerouted themselves without permission. Dispatch often found out later. At the time, that independence was valued. Today, deviating from approved routes without authorization is a serious breach that companies won't tolerate. Another was refueling and performing maintenance without any site safety controls. Modern sites require permits, PPE, and procedures for even minor tasks. Ignoring those rules now is instant dismissal. Drivers also regularly carried passengers in company trucks. In the 1980s, this was common on long, empty routes. It was seen as helping each other out. Today, unauthorized passengers are a zero-tolerance issue tied directly to insurance and liability. Another fireable behavior today was operating without reporting near misses or incidents. In the 80s, if nothing was damaged and no one was hurt, it wasn't reported. Trucks clipped signs. Modern safety systems require reporting everything. Failing to do so is treated as dishonesty. Drivers also routinely ignored company drug and alcohol policies because they didn't exist yet. Testing was rare or non-existent. Employers relied on reputation and word of mouth. Today, failing a test or refusing one ends a career instantly, regardless of experience. Another normal habit was using personal judgment to override safety rules. Drivers believed experience trumped policy. If something felt manageable, they did it. That mindset clashes directly with modern risk frameworks, where rules exist specifically to remove judgment from dangerous situations. Acting outside procedure today is grounds for termination. There was also a culture of self-policing fatigue. Drivers decided when they were too tired, not systems. If you thought you could keep going, you did. Modern operations treat fatigue as a measurable risk, not a personal opinion. Ignoring fatigue warnings or alerts is now a serious offense. Many drivers also accepted unrealistic delivery schedules without question. Saying no meant losing future work. Pushing harder was expected. Today, accepting or attempting unsafe schedules implicates the driver as well as the company, and refusing unsafe work is protected. Today, inaccurate or missing documentation is treated as serious misconduct. There was also open confrontation with enforcement and management. Arguments at weighbridges, ignoring inspectors, pushing back against supervisors. In the 1980s, standing your ground was part of the culture. Today, professionalism and compliance are non-negotiable. Even basic things like poor cab housekeeping would raise alarms now. In the past, it was normal. Today, it's a safety violation tied directly to driver responsibility. What changed isn't that drivers became worse or less capable. The behaviors that once kept freight moving are now seen as unacceptable risk, because the industry finally acknowledged who was really carrying the cost. In the 1980s, that cost was paid by drivers quietly, one run at a time. Today, the job doesn't allow that anymore.